Alright, alright. Today, guys, we're back with another video, and this is what if Naruto was Kaguya's son? Um, I'm looking in the comments, right? They, under a video, someone, whoever they is, I don't know who the fuck it is, but they say, what if Naruto was one for all? So, I'm trying to get y'all opinion on the matter to see whether I should do so. So, if y'all want Naruto to become one for all and have all these different goddamn jutsu and shit, he could have either course or jutsu. Also, comment that down below. So, if y'all say one for all, just say one for all in the comments if you want it to be, and say no in the comments if you don't want it to be. Now, let's get directly into this. I'm about to review the last video. Alright, alright. I just you skip time no jutsu or pause the video and watch the thing, and basically let's get back into this. My mother and father basically they appeared and I was embarrassed as fuck. That's the reason why the video was ended off on a short note. So let's get directly back into this. Hagoromo flew towards the ground, pierced as he began to cough up his blood. The spirit of Hamura began to feel this immense amount of power bulging out of the planet. Ah, mother, Naruto said as then he disappeared and reappeared. As he slammed his hand on the ground, he began to feel for his mother as he finally found her. But the seal had gained too much power. It had been absorbing the chakra of the dead from all of these years. And it was a lot of chakra. And since the chakra pretty much multiplied, it multiplied while he was gone, he was unable to unseal his mother. He was pretty much unable to unseal his mother. Hagoromo and Hamura, those little bitches. There's nothing to it. All I have to do is just absorb their power. As then he began to walk out, but his brother had already passed away. He had already went to the world of the dead. Damn it. What am I supposed to do? But his brother's Hagoromo's soul had already passed into the afterlife. He knew that the only thing he could do is wait and recharge his power, because pretty much 80% of it was gone from the effects of the seal. Even with 80% of it, he should be able to regain it all using his Renegon's ability level up. But once he tried to activate his Rinnegan, he realized something. His vision was a lot slower than normal. Then he began to activate it. That's better, he said, as he tried to use level up by punching himself. But to his dismay, his Renegon's fourth ability, Absolute Defense, worked against him. Since the only way for him to power through his Absolute Defense was for him to be stronger than his full power, which he wasn't currently. He was at a loss. Damn it. No matter how strong I am, my Absolute Defense will protect me. Shit. And I can't tweak it since my Rinnegan is acting wonky. I know. I'll absorb the chakra of all of these humans, he said as then he floated up out of the ground. Everyone saw him as his body blazed in the moonlight, making him look further into the god level, making him look and look and have the power to be god level. He then lifted up his hand. Universal strike, he said as then spears began to rain from the stars. As the stars were disappearing from the sky, he was literally converting the stars into tiny spears and shooting them down at the humans. As then he stopped. He began to cough up blood. What's happening? Then Hamura appeared with a smirk on his face. You'll never be able to claim. Why? Because he said so. As Naruto just looked at his brother Hamura and gritted his teeth. You wanna know something, Naruto? Your name is derived from ramen, he said. I'm a mommy's favorite. He said with a smirk on his face. The only reason why you have this name is because mother had fell in love with ramen at the moment. So, do you truly believe that you're stronger than me? Plus, within your weakened state, since Hagoromo is smarter than you think, he said. As we see, when Naruto is in the sky, as he uses his universal spear, Hagoromo lifts up his hand and pushes around 40% of his power into the seal, as it then shot up, getting onto Naruto's back. So basically, Naruto looked forward towards Hamura. Your absolute defense is killing you. Then Naruto smirked. You know something? You're incredibly stupid, don't it? He said, looking towards Hamura. What do you mean? Hamura said, looking towards his brother. I mean this. As then, his power and chakra began to raise immensely. It just shot up towards the stars. His power grew. That's the exact point of my jutsu. Level up. You see, you are weak compared to me, and my power is derived from Mother herself. You see, you're only a human. You're half Osasisuke, while I am completely Osasisuke, with 70% of my blood being Osasisuke. All I need to use is my fifth ability and eradicate the human, and I'll become a god, he said with a smirk on his face. Of course I am going to be a god directly under Mother. I could never challenge her overwhelming power. Then he floated into the sky. As his Rinnegan began to glow, this will also enhance my ability level up ×2. You're very stupid, aren't you? You devised this little pen thinking that you had the power. No, the power was always in my... as he didn't notice something. That's where you're wrong. He said, looking towards, as Hamura said, looking towards his brother, you believed yourself to be a god so much that you didn't even tell that there were two seals on you when the moon was created. As Minato just has his eyes open wide. This Hamura guy is basically, from what he can gather, the brother of the Sage of Six Paths, and he's the brother. Naruto is the brother of the Sage of Six Paths, and Naruto is more stronger than him or something. The first seal being the seal of the earth and the newfound moon, with the second seal being reincarnate. As then Naruto's eyes opened widely. You disrespectful fiend! You dare use a seal that was created by Mother? You disgust me. For that, death is your only escape, he said as his power began to burst out of his body as the seal was overpowered with Naruto's energy. As Hamura then looked surprised, he didn't calculate this. My sixth Rinnegan ability. Since my Rinnegan has infinite potential, I can have over 1,000 abilities that are added to my Rinnegan as I go on. But my sixth ability, maximum boost, which makes all of my emotions that I feel, the stronger they are, the stronger I get. They convert them into power. As then, his voice became monotone. And you have directly disrespected Mother by using her powerful seals. For this, your only escape is death. As he then disappeared, placing his hand on Hamura's stomach, as Hamura began to cough a little bit. As then, he began to scream. Oh, you thought that you would get away with this. You can never get away with this. Simply because of the fact that you decided to attack me. And you used the jutsu that was created by Mother. Also, you betrayed Mother. So, your only escape is death. And I won't allow you to escape. I won't allow you to escape anymore. You see, I was so kind to you because you were my brother. But you refused to take my kindness and accept it. So, as he lifted up his hand, as I said, you don't have any escapes. As then, Naruto placed him under the most powerful genjutsu ever, outranking the Tsukuyomi by leagues. Even the infinite Tsukuyomi. This genjutsu allowed him to control one's mind, physical form, and even regenerative factors. So, through his mind, he is constantly hurt and pain, while he constantly regenerates. So he is in everlasting pain, completely making him immortal. I wanted to give you an escape because we were family, but you have betrayed mother to the greatest degree. I am sorry, brother. Well, not really, because you have disrespected mother completely. So, I'm not really sorry, but I hope you can pray. You see, I hope that you can pray for the afterlife to be sweet, because the only way for you to reach the afterlife is for me to die, and that's never going to happen. He said as then he stabbed through his heart and stabbed through his brain. I am infinitely alive. I am a being above life and death. You see, the same goes for mother. The only reason why you won against her, even in the slightest, is because you caught her by surprise, and you had taken away 50% of my true power. As Hammer's eyes then opened widely, he knew about that? Anyway, I feel so sad that I couldn't exact my revenge onto Hagoromo. He gets to escape into the afterlife, eventually being reincarnated. He should feel very lucky, as in the fact of the matter is, if it was left up to me, he'd be dead, and his body burned to ashes. But that's only me, in my opinion. As then, he walked towards his brother, as he began to place his hand on his stomach. As then, Naruto's face then changed from his monotone face to one of anger. As Hammer's body exploded. As he was within the explosion, Hammer had used an ancient jutsu so that if he is ever trapped under a genjutsu such as one of the level of the Tsukiyomi, or if he is captured as a prisoner, then he wouldn't be a burden to Hagoromo, so he'd just die. You are powerful indeed, brother. But this world truly belongs to Mother, and you stopped me from reviving her. I guess I can live immortal life until I am strong enough to unseal Mother. As then, his skin began to have more life in his basically his eyes began to revert into the regular eye, with the eye on the middle of his head closing and his horns shooting into his head and his hair turning black. And within his eyes were three Tomoe Sharingan. And he now wore the Uchiha clothes. Now I'm about to search up a picture of a random Uchiha. Bye. Now I'll continue my life as he began to walk towards the Uchiha compound. Now we skip around 6 years later. He has fully established himself as one of the greatest shinobi in Konoha. Shut up! No! Shut up! Move out the way! Jesus Christ, you making all that noise for no. Alright, I'm outside now since my mother is acting like a bitch and I can't go inside the usual spot. So you hear all these fucking cars which pass by in the middle of the night. Then that's just, I can't control anything because my mother, my stupid sister who likes to cry, and then once she's told to shut up, she literally has no reason to cry. Anyway, so Naruto has basically established himself as the GOAT, as the OG who's 12 years old. Literally look like he's 12 years old. He's popping niggas. He's an S-rank shinobi, and he's known as literally the red. Goddamn police officers, you're trying to allot the people know that you're there, and you can't capture them because you're stupid ass. Anyway, so basically, Naruto pulls up with the, Naruto pulls up and he's known as the red-eyed demon, basically. And once he pulls up, it's instant death for whoever is going against him. Like, it doesn't matter if you're not a part of the mission, you just became an anti-villain. He literally doesn't give a fuck. You were in my way one point in time. So yeah, he really zips shits up and he ready to Glock shits with a pop, bitch. Ha 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 ha, bitch. Like, yeah, he was really with it. So, we see Kakashi Hatake, or basically Kakashi Hatake, and we have vision of her. And Kakashi is within this with it for girl because we have to pair this nigga with someone. She basically looking at the 12-year-old fucking Ambu god, and she looking at him. She like, damn, this nigga OP as fuck. Like, everybody tell me about him, the Umbo squad. They like, this nigga cold as fuck and he ready to beat the shits out of everybody. So yeah, oh, by the way, Minato is murdered. Basically, he is murdered in the Nine Tails attack. Because I have to get rid of him to get Naruto alone. So, yeah. Kakashi looks at the 12-year-old boy, which basically that's sus as fuck. But the legal age for consent in Japan, which is fucking shocking, is literally 13 years old. He's 12 at this point in time. He seems to be 12. So, yeah. Everyone is like he 1 year from consent. Bro, that's literally shocking. So, Kakashi and him, they get together and we go, like, skip 1 year and such. And Kakashi and him, they have grown a strong bond, which Naruto feels for her. Like, he feels for her. They basically became boyfriend and girlfriend within that time period because Naruto has to satisfy himself since his boy hadn't had he hadn't gotten busy his whole entire life, which he could still feel time passing. He hadn't got busy, so you know your boy horny as aww. So you know he get Kakashi, like he get Kakashi, and he basically hit her with the wasabi 19, like he hit her with the wasabi Josen, and going everywhere, slobbing her around. And basically that's the end of this video. So I'm making this nigga OP as fuck, but I know that he's OP. Also, comment inside the Also, y'all still have to comment down below. Still comment, do all that shit. about whether what if Naruto was overhaul, and tell me whether you want him with quirks or ninjutsu. So yeah, because honestly, ninjutsu within the My Hate Yako academia world is basically too OP. Like the fireball is basically Todoroki. I mean, it's Todoroki times 3. Well, not really times 3, divided by 3. So yeah, it's powerful, and that's just a Sasuke fireball. Like that's Sasuke fireball. Like when he was a whatever. Oh yeah, I'm rambling now. Bye. God.